Bonjour! So it's day 6 of the tips and tools for the stress and anxiety management around the Covid-19. So I'm going to share a kind of a brain mechanism with you, and then I'm going to talk about one technique, one tool that is useful, which is linked with mindfulness. I do work a lot with mindfulness, and I believe when we are kidnapped, taken over by a pattern of thought, it's really important to recognize it. I will never say again, recognizing things, practicing something else. It's really two golden rules. So the pattern, what I am listening to people I'm working with is really words like, it's a turmoil in my life, it is hectic, all the world I have known is blown away, all what we have known so far is uncertain now. So it shows anxiety, a high level of stress, it shows a loss of control, and it shows habits that need to change. And it's never easy when it is imposed, when it's not our own choice. So there is all that in what I'm hearing and what I am, what people tell me. There is a generalization, okay? When the brain goes into a state of mind of anxiety, it tends to generalize, and because it generalizes, then the world becomes threatening, the world becomes a threat, okay? It's very important then to do this. Instead of generalizing, which takes over everything, go back to what it is that is really worrying you. Take one thing instead of taking the big picture. That's really one important thing. Yeah, I think I was just processing. That's the main point I wanted to share with you today, is just the fact that it's very easy to generalize, and I know it's a general thing we are going through at the moment, but still, when someone says my whole world has been blown away, no, your whole world has not been blown away. You still have some people around you, you still are doing specific activities that you were doing before. So it's very important to still recognize that beautiful red ribbon that you have in your life that links you to the before and the after. Yes, there will be a before and after. It's not about denying the reality. Yes, there is a before and the uneasy moment and the after the uneasy moment, and every one of us will process differently, okay? Though try to recognize when you are generalizing, because this will put you in a situation where you are losing even more control, and this is you creating that. So if you can be aware of that and go back to being much more specific in what it is that is bothering you, worrying you, giving you anxiety, then it will be even easier to find that trigger and work around it, okay? That was the first theoretical part of this video. The second part is the tool. So what is the tool I know can help is the body scan. The body scan, again, I'm sure a lot of you know, the body scan is about going back to your body and leaving for a while your mind, because your mind is the one which is creating many thoughts, and at the moment they might be creating you anxiety. So if you take that aside for one moment and go back to your body, it's the same logic for the breathing. It's changing the focus of your mind. So instead of being there and continuously being there, you go back to your body. So the body scan is about scanning your body. Really, the name is just perfect. So you begin by observing. You begin with the head or the feet, doesn't matter, and you go down or you go up. But it's all about, like we do in mindfulness, it's all about observing, like a scientist would observe, like a child would observe. It means observing what is happening without trying to understand, without trying to make or jump into conclusions, without giving it any sort of meaning or understanding or judgment. It's really about observing and noticing and acknowledging anything that is happening. Okay, it can be a tingling sensation, it can be a tense sensation, it can be and for some people that can be colors, that can be shapes, that can be an image, that can be a thought. We all have our own ways to use our senses to process our world. So whatever you are scanning in your body, it can be visual, kinesthetic, auditory, cognitive as well. Some people work, they don't have any specific vision or auditory senses naturally, and that's the cognition that comes first. By cognition I mean thinking. So, and that's fine, that's okay. Whatever comes for you, and that's okay, right? So it's all about you begin with your head, and then your forehead, and then maybe your eyebrows, your eyes, your nose, your face, your jaws, your shoulders, and you go down like this up to the feet. And at each moment it is just about observing, noticing, acknowledging, realizing. That's it. It's a tough exercise when we begin, because we always tend to judge. So there's nothing wrong and nothing right, by the way. Whatever is. Whatever is just what it is. And we are not there in mindfulness to do anything about it. And yes, it works. Yes, it works super well, because that's a way for you to begin to understand the way your body or your mind functions. Okay? If ever, when you do an exercise like this, if ever, and that will happen, and that's fine, please don't judge yourself negatively, or don't think you cannot do that. If ever you're thinking, oh gosh, I have that meeting coming up, oh, I have to homeschool my kids, or anything, that's fine. You know, thinking is what the brain is creating as well, so it's okay. Just come back to wherever you were in your body, whatever you were scanning. Come back to your breath, you know, observing your breath. Come back to your body, and if ever, every time your brain is creating a thought, come back to your body. Don't judge. It's okay. Just acknowledge it. My brain created a thought. You can just say the word thought. You can just, that's fine. And come back to your body, come back to your breath. And continue like that. If it's uneasy because you're very new to that, do half of the body. Who cares? That's fine. Don't think you have to do that for 20 minutes if it's a new thing for you, because new things, like anything in your work, if you are at school or at university, anything new you learn takes a lot more of energy, of time, and that's normal. That's for everyone. So if you find it uneasy to sit like this and do that exercise for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, reduce the time. Okay? You can do that when you're seated. You can do that when you are lying on a sofa, on your bed. Doesn't matter. All that you need is to be sure your phone is switched off. Nobody is going to ring you, and nobody is going to come and ask for anything from you. Basically, you need to have that slot of time just for yourself and quiet. Whether it's a few minutes or half an hour or more, does not matter. Okay, so this is, if you have any question, by the way, please drop them and I'm very happy to answer them. So today it was about explaining you how much when we are in a kind of a panic state, anxiety state, the mind tends to generalize things. And when we generalize things, then we lose even more control than that we have lost already. Okay, so try to not generalize, but go from the generalization to something much more specific, and then it will be much easier to manage. Okay, and then I shared that exercise, which is the body scan. So I explained you how you just scan your body, observing, realizing, noticing whatever is happening in your body, if it's a sensation, if it's a vision, if it's a color, if it's a cognition, a thought, that's fine. Don't make it too long. If you're new to those kind of exercise, give yourself 1 minute, 2 minutes, doesn't matter. If you don't do the whole body, it's okay. Just do the head, just do half of the body. That's fine. You have to start where you are, okay? No judgment, no trying to understand or make conclusion. It's all about observing the way your body function, and step by step, by repetition, you will understand and own your body and befriend your body and your bodily reactions much better. So your anxiety and your stress will lower, because then you will become familiar. And what is familiar is not threatening. The unknown is threatening, not familiarity. Okay? One last thing, I'm going to create webinars, if ever, around this, but with the ability for you to ask questions for me to answer. And I will do, you know, those body scans, all the exercises I have talked about and I will talk about, I will do them live. So we will do them together in real time. So it's going to be much easier for you. So if ever you are interested, drop me your email address, so then I can add you. It will be a Zoom webinar. So I need your email address so you can join. Be sure that I will not keep your email address. This is just for the webinars, okay? My email address, I will add it into a comment so you can send yours to me if you want to participate. Please spread the word. It's all about helping each other at the moment, and this is my way to do my bit, okay? Anyway, so now have a beautiful day. Take care of yourself, and if you think those tools are helping you, choose the one you like most, or the ones you like most, and practice, practice, practice. Okay, that's really important. Au revoir, till next time. Au revoir.